Hello viewers, I'm SB and welcome back to BattleTech Heavy Metal for a mission that is in no way only a 4.5 skull difficulty. Darius just straight up lies to us all the time. We should absolutely fire his ass and get somebody in here who can actually do the job. So I thought about hesitating to bring the Orion in, but actually the more I think about it, the more I think the Dragonfly is the right mech for this battle. We're going up against very heavy, very dangerous enemies in a very hot environment. The Dragonfly is not going to have a lot to do on most turns, aside from run around and throw up sensor locks. That's exactly what we're going to do with it, by the way. We're gonna go very heavy on the sensor locking and the shooting with the LRMs. I think this is the right move. I'm still leery of this mission. I'm terrified of it, if I'm being perfectly honest. But I think this is the right way to do it. And this is all combined, this is 40 total points of structure damage. I'm not going to delay us for that. I think it's unlikely to matter. God, I hope we can do this time. So, we have reason to believe that they're going to throw 2 entire lances at us at the same time. We're going to have to fight 8 mechs at once, and those mechs are going to all be mechs that could appear in a 5-skull lance, which is a slower way of saying that we're going to have to fight 2 5-skull lances simultaneously. That's what happened last time. Even if they're not, even if some of them are just thunderbolts or whatever, it's still a problem to fight 8 mechs at once, especially since the stock build for so many mechs includes a couple of LRMs. It's a bad design for 4-on-4 combat. It's a much better design when you can field 80 LRMs to put into your opponent's face whenever you want.
This place isn't so bad.
So we got exactly the same map. It's not a big surprise. I think the plan's going to be the Dragonfly gets down here in this little area, and that'll give us sensor lock range on other people, and then he can come over to do fire later. And you are going to be back here somewhere. The Crab is not a first phase of the battle kind of mech. The Annihilator definitely needs to get up in a place where we can get a direct line of sight on the enemies. So at first we're going to be using the Stalker and the Annihilator to just pick away at them, basically. That's the plan, anyway.
Consider it done.
Stalker can just run up here, but actually, I'm going to try to get the Stalker up on the mountains, way back there. Our plan is going to be to make them come to us through here. I don't know if we can actually bait them that much, and if they have some sensor lock, obviously this whole thing gets a lot more complicated. You up here for right now? Yeah, they had sensor lock last time.
What can I do for you?
If they have sensor lock, we're going to see our mechs get torn apart no matter what we do.
Have no doubt, it will be done.
You get up here.
On my way.
You're going to stay still. You're going to stay still. We're just going to continue to approach very, very carefully with the Dragonfly. Because, boy, oh boy, do we have to be careful.
Certainly.
Alright, there we go.
Well,
First reading.
What do we have here?
So it looks like we might want to be... Stalker might want to be over this way a little bit more.
Moving out.
You're basically fine where you are. You're basically fine where you are. We may want to have the Crab, expose itself a little bit here and there just to provide the enemies with something to shoot at so that they aren't solely sensor locking Steam Fitter over and over again. And now that guy's locked, you can jump back into the trees.
I hear you.
Maybe I'm being overly cautious. It's not impossible. But, screw this mission, is what I'm here to say.
Coordinates received.
Alright, that guy's definitely entrenched. He's got Bulwark up, but, we gotta start doing damage.
What can I do for you?
You probably don't do anything.
Waiting on you, Commander.
Then the Annihilator is going to go for, let's see. I have to walk forward or to the side. I'm just going to stay where I am. We're going to go for a breaching shot. Oh, shoot. Yeah, that's right. AC-10s do not have infinite range. I would have to get just a tiny, tiny bit closer, which I cannot do. Okay, so I'm going to step to here in preparation for maybe going down the hill a little bit if I have to. And we are going to aim for the head with the UAC-5. Both the projectiles would have to be headshots for this to work, which is not going to happen, but we're going to, you know, just, like, try. The other thing we could do is we could try to detonate his right torso, so we're way more likely to actually make that hit twice. Yeah. Let's see if we can get it. Okay, broke through the armor. Didn't get the lucky ammo bin explosion, but now it's exposed, and so it's in a lot of danger from the stalker. Okay, you can stay in cover while still sensor locking this guy.
Waiting on you, Commander.
And I don't think I'm going to bother aiming. Well, you know what? Maybe I should. No, I'm not going to bother. The odds are so good that we'll get the hit we need with one of these things. Yeah, there we go.
Want some more? Huh?
Alright, so we broke off his LRM bay very early in the fight. That's going to make it really hard for him specifically to participate in combat, which is great for us. And then we're just going to brace you.
Good for now. Cooling down a bit. I hear ya.
And you are going to try to core him? It is not impossible that we could core him.
Tell me what to shoot.
Yep, we got an ammo explosion.
Stay down.
Alright, now there are only 7 mechs.
You have orders?
I'm gonna actually just brace everybody here,
Venting heat,
so that the stalker can lose a turn of heat. I kind of can't believe they're not responding, though, to the fact that we just killed one of their mechs.
Stabilizing and bracing.
Is the stalker not losing heat? I know we were seeing some weird stuff last mission with people not losing heat in turns out of combat.
Good for now. Cooling down a bit.
Yeah, the stalker's not losing heat. I don't think it's losing heat at all. It's not even a smaller amount. Well, alright. Let's then jump forward and try to get a reading on somebody. Oh, wow, I'm surprised that didn't pull anything up. Maybe it will... Maybe it's only sitting still. Okay, if I move it a little bit, it loses its heat. Well, that's a weird bug that they introduced with the patch.
Got it.
Okay, it did actually lose the heat, right? Yes. Where the hell are all the enemies?
Yes, Commander. Uh-huh.
Sound smart. Cooling.
It's just, it's wild, right? That we were able to kill one mech from one of the, like, you would expect at least the other mechs from that lance to respond.
Going skyward.
I wonder if we're not getting readings because they have stealth mech or something.
Affirmative.
It's definitely worrying.
Got it.
Yeah, this must be some stealth nonsense. I can't see.
As you
Okay.
wish.
Moved it there so that I could still jump behind cover if I needed to. Alright, a 70 and a 100. So serious mechs. Big stuff.
Moving to position.
Do I want the crab to start moving up? I guess we could remain behind cover over here. But, like, we're gonna need to be able to actually fire the AC-10. I'm gonna jump this way. We'll try to stay along the rim, because that lets us jump down into that
Let's hit him where it hurts.
into that little thing down there. Alright.
Yes, Commander.
I was not really thinking, when we built this thing, about the implications of using sensor lock and Ace Pilot together, letting me sensor lock and then move out of sensor range. But that's pretty useful. That's a handy tool. I'm going to jump to here instead, I think. Right, they shouldn't be able to move around to get get a shot on me. I should be able to move right there. There should be a node there. I don't know why there isn't. But I wanna try to put myself in a position where I could get back over here if I absolutely need to.
Firing jump jet.
So, oh, you do
Leaning on
lose.
you, Commander.
Huh. We did lose targeting on the crab, even though that's not what happened when we moved him back out of sensor range against those other mechs. That's weird. Alright, well, I guess we'll just reserve. What if the crab moves back into his sensor radius? Will it become sensor locked again?
Good to go.
The answer should be no, but also the answer to do I lose the sensor lock, I would have expected to be... Well, I was going to say I would have expected to be no, and it seems like maybe it is, even though it wasn't before. We have to be so careful with this, with Tire Fire, because of how little horizontal movement we get from the Annihilator jets. Alright, well they are moving their whole lands now, it seems like. They know what to do. Okay, they brought the crab back into vision of us, or back into our sensor range.
I've got a sensor lock.
It would be super helpful if we could just get a lucky headshot or two on this thing. So I would be careful about... I'm going to move back a little bit. I'm trying to make sure I don't move out of sensor range. I am not going to bother using the Stalker.
Standing by. They've got a lock on me.
Okay, they have their own sensor locks now. They didn't last turn, but they do now. Sometime between now and last turn, they purchased more machinery. Boy, that's a distance. Yeah, there is no shot to be had.
Taking the high road.
Well, something tells me that our Dragonfly is about to take a bunch of missile hits.
Heads up, Commander. You've got hostile contacts inbound.
Yep, and we are not going to have any way of shooting back.
What can I do for you?
Do I run the crab up? I'm wondering if running the crab up to here to try to use it as bait, to try to draw them into shooting at it instead of shooting at everything else around here might be a good idea. I'm gonna do it. 'Cause obviously, I'd much rather it be shot than all the other stuff. Yep, and here comes his LRMs.
What's the plan?
Well, I tell you, plan is fluid. Let's see, you could get all the way up there. Did that, you would not be in sensor range of the crab anymore. But we don't know how much being in sensor range of the crab is even going to matter, because we don't know if anybody else is going to be able to shoot at it until after you make the commitment. I think this is a turn of everybody positioning.
Pedal to the metal.
We are in fact going to have the Dragonfly just jump up to here.
Lifting off.
And then, yeah, we're nowhere near a sensor lock. Camera has a maximum zoom level that indicates that it was not designed to run at these distances. I'm going to fall back for a second here because I don't want them to have a sensor lock on the crab ahead of everybody else. We want to make sure everybody's
Good to go.
in some kind of shooting range before this stuff starts happening.
Set.
Alright, so next turn the Annihilator should be able to pretty easily jump up here and make a shot. They're really just going to run backwards. They're going to refuse to engage me unless I come up the thing, up that ramp. That's really annoying.
Here we go.
Alright, well at least I have 5 evasion. So we're gonna move you back forward, I guess.
On my way.
I don't want to jump up just yet.
Time to fly.
Let's continue to creep forward down here in the safety of cover. Okay, interesting. You definitely don't have vision of me. So that's a little curious. Like, even if this guy has an increased view thing, he'd have to see through a corner to.
You have orders?
Yeah, they just plain do not have vision of me. So it's very annoying that they are getting to shoot at me.
Sensors locked on.
You're going to move over slightly, I guess. You're going to jump over slightly
Here we go.
for the additional evasion. Keeps him just barely in sensor range.
On you, Commander.
Now we could try to do stuff, but we're not going to try to do that stuff with you.
I hear you.
Okay.
Waiting for orders.
Tire fire leads. Jump up into the cover. You have the AC-10 shots. That means he can also hit me with his stuff, but
Affirmative.
we're not going to be able to do this in a different way. And we're just going to fire one AC-10. We're going to take the 1 in 5 of knocking his head clean off. Because if it works, it's super good. The other option we have is trying to go through 40% damage reduction to get to this ammo bin. 40% ammo reduction. Let's see. We do 216 plus 120 plus 60. So everything would have to hit exactly where we want it to hit. I'm going to go for the headshot. We're going to try to get lucky. Okay, that hit his arm. That's a shame. The leg or the torso were both like spots where it would at least be useful
I hear ya.
for us to have made the shot. The thing that happened there is absolutely not a useful spot. Here's a question. Do we even want to fire the crab? Because we could fire the large lasers. I guess we may as well. I'm trying to bait the enemies into shooting at my crab instead of at the dragonfly, so.
Here we go.
Trying to get that thing to commit to attacking us, and of course it's able to wait out my stalker. Well, then you're just not doing anything, I guess. They're able to go in whatever order they want because they have way more mechs than we do, which is a big strategic strength of bringing 8 mechs to the fight. You know, one of the 50 or so big strategic strengths of bringing twice the mechs your opponent could possibly ever bring under any circumstances. Trying to find what is the furthest back location that still has lock on the crab. It's right here. Okay. The good news is he's showing his back armor to the Annihilator. And also probably to the Stalker. Yeah. So he's not getting any of the benefit of his defense, so we're going to go ahead and try to dig through right now. I have no idea why he made this move, but we are going to take advantage. So let's see. 50, 50. I'm going to aim at the core, and we're going to hope that it works, but if we end up doing damage out to the sides, that's still pretty good. He should not have shown me his back armor. That was a huge error. We will definitely be able to get the AC-5s into him. I hope that we can get the AC-10s into him as well.
Yeah, that wasn't good.
I'm also very annoyed by this. Yeah, we're going to lose the Dragonfly. Dragonfly's out, probably.
That shot got past my armor.
That guy managing to drill several 50 damage weapons into the same location without being able to do a precision strike is a real bummer for us.
Good to go.
Things are going to get a lot worse before they get better, unfortunately. Can't get the AC-10s on him? Okay, I can get the AC-10s on him. I just have to move to a position where I'm in extreme danger. But I guess it's better to offer them another target. Maybe they won't fixate on the Dragonfly as much. And we are giving him absolutely everything. Alright, we managed to get there, but only because we did fire everything. 2 of those 95% shots missed. The first 2 completely missed him. Yep. And that's a knockdown too.
I'm losing weapon systems.
Yeah, they have so many mechs that even shooting with very small, very weak weapons, they're able to just stack up enough stability damage to get knockdowns. The game is not designed to be functional with there being 8 mechs on one side. And a bunch of the systems just kind of don't work. Okay, at least we're taking some shots somewhere else. I wonder if we're going to have to eject or if it's going to be enough to withdraw him. Oh, right, he doesn't...
What can I do for you?
I don't even get to save him. We have to go through 3 mechs of people shooting him while he's on the ground. So he's probably dead, actually. There's very little chance he survives this. That sucks a huge amount. Is it worth withdrawing? Okay, it's 3 attacks. We know one of them is this mech that shot him with, at the very least, a PPC and an AC-10 and a large laser last turn. So that's going to happen again. All of those shots are going to hit because he's stationary and laying down. They're going to be aimed shots because he's laying down. So we're going to lose 2 of the flamers that we can't afford to replace. Two flamers that we can never replace, probably. Jesus. But this is the only way we could possibly complete the flashpoint. So yeah, we're just going to reserve. Hopefully they choose to shoot at the Annihilator. Okay, it looks like maybe they are all going to shoot the Annihilator. Probably the AI is like, well, once a guy's down, consider him to be out of the fight, which is fairish. It's definitely right in this case. Okay, that could have been real bad. They called shot to the right torso and hit none of their shots on it, which I appreciate. Oh, surprise, it was actually 4 mechs that got to go before us.
Took a heavy hit there.
Reporting.
Okay. Do you have to just eject? If Steamfitter has to eject, then it's 3 versus 6. So we've taken out a quarter of their mechs, they've taken out a quarter of ours. We lose a sensor lock, but we definitely lose the weakest of our 4 mechs. In exchange for probably the weakest of their 8 mechs, but then also the King Crab. We're probably ahead. I think he has to eject. I think we're going to lose this mech otherwise, and probably Steamfitter as well.
Punching out.
Yikes! That hit hard.
Commander?
Alright.
Waiting for orders.
So you have to fall back to the trees at the very least. Not allowed to jump down there for some reason, even though that's the place where it makes the most sense for you to go. Are we at the... No, the mission boundary's over here. I don't know why I'm not allowed to jump down here. I absolutely should be. It's less distance to make it onto these rocks than it is to make it here. Well, I really want to be able to do a sensor lock, but I don't think that that's actually viable. I think we have to just hide.
Affirmative.
Waiting for orders.
I'm feeling very screwed here. We are not... A bunch of the game systems are not really giving us a fair shake, it feels like.
Good to go.
Can the crab move to a place... Okay, yes, we can move to a place where I at least have vision of one enemy. It's a 65-ton enemy, so it's one that probably doesn't matter too much if it dies. But we have to start getting some work done. Okay, rifleman... So you did fire. You don't have bulwark or anything. We could just shoot through your left... Oh, no, I'm sorry. I'm in your front arc. I just go straight for your center.
Here we go.
Cool. Great. Excellent.
Commander?
Our weapons are firing very, very low below expected value so far this mission, which is a huge bummer. Alright, come on. Expose that ammo bit.
Firing everything I've got.
Okay, we got it open at least. I was really hoping that we would detonate it. That was maybe a bit much to hope for. Okay, but it's excellent for us that they didn't move that mech. So now we have a lot of opportunity to make this work.
All weapons are go. Come on,
Yes!
warriors. It's go time.
That is excellent. Alright, 5 versus 3. And I have a crab, and hopefully they don't have a crab anymore. Hopefully we didn't destroy just one of their 2 crabs. Boy, they sure do have a lot of mechs that have LRM-20s, though, huh?
That was bad. Commander?
Can you? Yes, you can get more vision. Don't know that it particularly helps us to stay behind the rocks at this point. We should probably just press people. 60 and a 70. 95 and a 90. Jesus Christ. 115 and 103 ammo left. Or armor left. The right side is what's injured, so I could move up and do this. Show my left side to a bunch of them and then just shoot at whatever that guy is over there. It doesn't range me properly. So I can't tell what my firing ranges are. I think we're outside. So, like, this is the maximum range of something? Yeah, this must be max range on my large lasers. What the hell is this line? This is the line for optimal firing range on the UAC. So this must be optimal range on the large laser, maximum range? Basically, I'm trying to figure out if I have the ability to fire my UACs here, but I think I don't. Oh no, I get everything on this guy. Well, yeah, like completely blow this guy away. Absolutely destroy him. This is the guy that fired the huge volley. Yeah, let's go through here.
Firing everything I've got.
Pretty good.
That's a critical hit.
That's a Highlander 733P. We did take... I know I started at the mech window, so you didn't get to see the negotiation. We do have 6 points of priority salvage. So it is entirely possible you will... Oh, you have a shot from where you are right now? I can't believe that. I mean, obviously shoot that guy. Ooh. Or we could jump up and get the AC-10 in. If I did that, I would want to show my left side. No, my left side's where all of the guns are? I didn't remember that being the case. Yeah, so we'd want to show the right, even though the right's pretty damaged. If I jump up to here, I do get to use the AC-10s. What's your deal? You're an archer with 40 LRMs. So you gotta die, but I can't kill you with AC-5s. It's way too much damage. So yeah, we're gonna do this and kill that rifleman off.
Affirmative.
I know we didn't need to fire all the guns, and in fact the first gun that we fired did the job, but given the way that our mechs have been shooting so far, hopefully you understand, like, I absolutely had to fire everything. There is, realistically speaking, there is no chance that we would have gotten the kill if we hadn't way overcommitted. It's just, that's not the way today's been going. So, the archer has a ridiculous amount of armor, and everything else has far more. The Banshee is by far the least dangerous thing on the field. Honestly, the Highlander's not that dangerous either. It's really just this guy. And I'm assuming his LRM-20s and his ammo bins are spread over the 2 body parts, yeah. We could go for the right torso, and, like, it's not even that much less health. Let's just core him. Wait, why am I generating so much extra heat? Oh. Well, then it's not worth aiming. Do we want to just try to fall back with everybody? No, we can't do that. Yeah, attempting to fall back with everybody gets the crab killed for no gain on our part. We just have to not fire most of our weapons anymore for the rest of the battle. Not me.
Firing on target.
I turned off the wrong LRM-20. But yeah, we just got to start stacking the damage up. Okay, that needs to stop happening.
Hey, knock it off!
Oof, what is it like, man, to just have so many mechs that you can do a knockdown whenever you feel like it on a king crab? Wow, look at that clustering! Holy crap!
Hey,
That's
I
incredible.
lost a weapon.
Like, LRMs just
Commander?
don't cluster like that, right?
Good to go.
We have enough of them to know that's not how that weapon works. Yeah, you gotta stand up and get out of there. Except you can't get out of there, because you have to stand up. Crab is not fast enough to do both of those
Back
things.
up and ready for more.
Phew. Well, you have to stand up and kill this guy in a single shot with your UAC-20.
Right, Commander.
Through the debuff for recoil and also the debuff for having stood up this turn.
Affirmative.
Okay, that's pretty bad. Well, we left ourselves enough resolve to take another aim shot with the other guy. Okay, center torso's very open. Gonna have to
See
eject.
daylight through my armor.
May not get to
Waiting for
eject,
orders.
honestly. You are not going to be able to fire everything this turn, right? He's massively overheating his units, because he can afford to, because he has so many of them. So you have to generate a point of evasion, which is the best you can
Coordinates
do.
received.
And then knock the head off the Banshee? Like, that feels bad. No, it's got to be this guy.
Roger that.
Yep. Okay. We've gotten so incredibly unlucky at this point.
Come on, mech warriors. It's go time.
And I would say that this battle is probably... This battle is massively stacked against you if you get, like, a regular distribution of luck. Getting unlucky makes this very, very difficult. Well, so we can try to... We can probably take off the left side of this Highlander. We've not hit the head at all. We've not hit the center at all. Which is, like... It's wild that after all of those head misses, nothing went center. Not even a little bit. His legs are too heavily armored for us to go through them. Yeah, we pretty much have to do this. I should be firing the 10 and a 20, not the 15. Because we don't care about stability damage. There's no universe where we can do enough stability damage for it to matter, right? We are never ever going to get to
Back up
move
through
the
my
crab
armor,
again.
Commander.
It's gonna die before we... Pretty bad. Okay, we did not actually lose the UAC.
Reporting structural damage.
Cruz has
Good to
to eject.
Ejecting. Commander.
So we're behind now, right? Because we haven't killed as many of them as they've been killing of us.
Moving to position.
I think there's still 5 of them up. We can't fire everything. We have to fire what we can fire. Nope, we have to fire a single AC-10 to take advantage of breaching shot and just get some cooldown.
Got it.
Cool. Went to an undamaged body part. Well, we can get down here.
We can do this. Let's go.
I'm so bummed out by his optimism. Alright, you have to make this work somehow.
Roger that.
There's an ammo bin in there, and it's... Oh no, there's not an ammo bin. We do have to actually get through the structure. Or we could just crit his LRM-20 twice. That would at least turn it off. I mean, it's pretty damaged now, so it's going to be less accurate.
Took a heavy hit there.
Jesus. Alright, well, you can at least break their line of
way.
sight to you for a lot of their mechs. I mean, we're still obviously going to be taking all of the... we're still going to be taking all of the fire, but we're not going to be taking direct shots anymore, so we're going to see slightly more missing.
Right, Commander.
Yep, multiple misses per volley while firing all of our weapons at 85% or higher. That guy is he's firing direct shot weapons through a mountain. You could see the projectiles passing through the stone. Do we overheat on purpose? Just to get damage on him now this turn while he's not if I fire everything, do I shut down? No, I don't.
Commencing Alpha Strike.
Yeah, this turn while he does not have Bulwark up, we just gotta like get all the damage on. Okay. We did in fact
Commander.
destroy his right torso, and we took out the LRM pod that's in the left torso. So that's pretty good. There's not a lot of mech left up there.
That got through my armor, Commander. Waiting for orders.
You have to step down here.
Right,
Jumping would be
Commander.
better, but you really should lose heat as much as possible.
Commander?
This is going so poorly. He still has 4 mechs.
Commander?
I'm gonna wait over here one more turn. We need to lose heat.
Waiting for orders.
We're gonna reserve. Probably we're just gonna end up bracing this mech, but
Good to go.
still not your turn. Trying to make sure that they don't have vision of me from up there. It's just a Jaeger mech. It's been just a Jaeger mech this entire damn time. Alright, so with it being a Jaeger mech, I was going to go try to get the lucky headshot, but we can actually just burn through the side of it, probably.
Commencing Alpha Strike. Critical hit.
Don't really love missing an AC-10 shot there.
Commander?
So you're not going to be able to get any shots off. Okay, that's fine.
Good for now.
My plan is to just shoot this guy to death and withdraw. Obviously,
Good to go.
that plan works better when I get the shots, when I get the kill on the first
Standing
attempt. Come on, don't die. God, it's so much damage. It's always so much damage.
Structural damage.
Okay, you have 163 health left in the location that I have access to. So, do I lose sight if I move back at all? But I can move this way a little bit, which does abbreviate their sightline on me.
Moving to position. All weapons are go.
Okay, 3 mechs left.
Enemy down.
This is a nightmare.
Good to go.
I mean, you can't really do... So, like, the one thing we could do is start running to try to get back up here. But without jump jets, we're talking about, like, 5-6 turns of movement, and he won't be able to fire during any of it because he'll be further away. So I think the correct answer is you just stay right there.
Cooling.
The Annihilator's going to fall back next turn. Boy, that's
Commander?
maneuverability for a
I'll
95-ton
wait here
mech.
for now.
He's actually going to get vision of me, isn't he?
Good to go.
Nope, he's not. Hooray! Okay, so if we move into here, where we have very, very good protection, and then we sensor lock that guy,
Sensors locked on.
that at least gives the Stalker a shot. We should be able to reach him, right? We were able to shoot people who were that far away. And we now have all of our heat regened. We're running very low on actual ammunition. And also, we've done no damage to this thing. Okay, broke the center armor. That's a big deal.
Commander?
That's right, I don't have actual vision. Well, we kind of can't... Yeah. Boy.
Waiting for orders.
You have to jump up and get the kill, and you have to get the kill. Yeah, I think that's right. We're looking at 92 health. I only have to turn off one weapon, it looks like.
Firing on target.
Alright. 2 on 2. Their mechs are all in... I believe their 2 mechs are both perfectly healthy. And my mechs are...
Good to go.
One of them is out of bullets, the other one is out of armor. So it's a rough situation for sure.
Resting my mech. Waiting for orders.
That's right, we just have to keep reserving. Oh, that's right, the Highlander is one of the other remaining mechs. So that Highlander is in terrible shape. That's very good for us. So they really only have one
Can't
mech.
take many more hits like that.
Except that the Highlander is still capable of generating vision for their other. I lose sight of him if I do the thing that I absolutely really need to do. 14 health on this side, so we want to show him the right torso. I have to get down into the water, right? So hold on. You have to. Oh, you have LRMs, so I have to break line of sight. Yeah. So we jump down to here. Show the right side.
Jump jet.
Sensor lock the Highlander to get it back on camera. Or we could... No, it has to be the Highlander because we have to deny them the ability to generate line of sight.
Commander?
And whatever that 95-ton mech is, with its mobility, it does not have jump jets. Well, I'd probably actually go for the torso section, right? Because the SRM launcher's on that arm. So we can remove the... We are almost certain to be able to remove the arm.
Commencing Alpha Strike.
Now, all he can do is provide vision. Oh no, we got him. Okay. 2 on 1. All of a sudden, the odds are in my favor. No, we're very doomed. Have we seen whatever this is? This 95-ton mech? This is... I don't remember. I've not kept good track of what we saw. This isn't the... Is this the Banshee? Are Banshees 95s? I don't remember.
Commander?
Okay. Sensor lock.
Got a lock.
It is a Banshee. It might be the
Good to
Banshee.
go.
Alright, here's our final attack. Are we on the side that has the AC-5 or not, right? No, we are on the side that has the AC-5. Okay. So, I don't really have another play. It's got to be this. And we don't want to fire the 15. This will only use 70 of our 90 missiles, but we want to make sure we're firing all the launchers that do 6 damage per hit.
Tell me what to shoot.
Okay.
Waiting for orders.
I'm gonna... One more time. And then we're gonna do something a little unorthodox. I have a plan.
Good to go.
It's the Annihilator. Locks this dude. We get our last 20 missiles off at 6 damage each. He walked backwards so that the same side is still visible to us, which is good for us. There's no reason to fire... Oh, wait, 40. I can't do math. Somewhere I didn't do... Yeah, that was only 50. 20 plus 20 plus 10 is not 70. Okay, cool. Well, we get to dump our last 40 missiles. Come on. Ah, I was really hoping we'd get that ammo explosion.
All out of long-range missiles, Commander.
Certainly are.
Good to go.
Okay, new plan. The Stalker has 100% of its armor. So what we are going to do is withdraw the Annihilator, which still has a fair amount of ammunition.
For orders.
Run the Stalker up.
Moving fast.
Use the Stalker as a spotter to get vision for the Annihilator, and this is going to be a little bit complicated by the fact that the enemy is not, apparently, interested in coming to a place where we're going to have a good line of sight on him. In fact, he's doing a really good job of maintaining cover. So we have to, instead of moving back, we actually have to move up to around here.
Good to go.
This is going to be a lot of running. So how's everybody doing? I gotta tell you, I'm pretty... this mission has me in a real place. A real weird place. Because I'm annoyed about how bad our shooting luck has been. But I'm kind of overjoyed that it looks like we might make it through. The damage to our mechs is bad, but it's not, like, unrecoverable.
Double time.
I think I shouldn't be visible from down there.
Good to go.
Sure hope I'm not visible from down there. I don't think the damage to our mechs is unrecoverable or anything. We managed to prevent the loss on the Dragonfly of any of the flamers that aren't easily replaceable. We managed to prevent on the Crab the loss of the UAC-20. We did lose the LB-20X. We do have another one, if I'm not mistaken. I don't remember if it's the same two pluses, but I think we do have another LB-20X++.
Good to go.
So you just have to stay back. Do not let him get vision of you. We could just poke around the corner and try to get lucky and knock his head off, and it totally might work. Also,
Waiting for orders.
you notice anything in particular about our aim lately? I don't really trust it. So the plan is going to be just keep running around like this.
Sprinting.
This guy gets up here, provides us vision, and honestly just like
For orders.
beelines right at the dude. We could be doing sensor locks here. I suppose. We'd have to wait for him to get to a position where we can, like, honestly, this is probably good enough.
Commander?
Have you run over to, like, here?
Affirmative.
Now we have a nice deep line of sight.
Commander?
What I was gonna say is, I wonder if it might be worth it to just try to have the Stalker ram him. Run as fast as I possibly can and just charge his face. So we have 10 shots left on the AC-5s. On each of the... Sorry, we have 10 shots left on the AC-5 and 5 shots left on the UAC-5, because that's how UACs work. Going to turn as little as possible. We're going to attempt to pierce his face with the UAC-5.
Roger that.
One of these days, the shot's going to go where we aimed it. I know 18% and everything, but we have fired enough shots that it's reasonable for us to have seen a 15% shot, an 18% shot land by now. And in fact, I might even go so far as to say it's unreasonable for us to have not had an 18% chance land by now. Certainly not guaranteed that we should have hit it by now, because it will never be guaranteed, because that's how math works. But, like, the math is starting to get a little ugly.
Firing on target.
You do not want to have to go over there. Also, I don't know why I was thinking that each of those guns had their own ammo supply. Of course they don't. They're both AC-5s.
Moving to position.
Well, we're going to keep doing this, and then we're going to move up with the AC-10s afterward.
Waiting for orders.
He is not going to be able to find the thing he is searching for, which is a spot where I can't shoot him.
Coordinates received.
On
Here
headshots.
we go.
Okay, we finally managed to get that arm off while
Critical
still
hit, Commander.
shooting for, you know,
Waiting for
going
orders.
for the big thing. Can you get... No, you cannot get real vision of him.
I've got a sensor lock.
Now that we've got an opening... Ooh, he's really pushing.
Good to go.
We've done a lot of center torso damage. He has a weapon that hits for 50. So we really don't want to let him hit me.
Commander?
He's definitely trying to. But there's pretty good odds that if I just stepped up and shot him in the center, he'd die. I just don't know if I feel that the odds are good enough yet. They're terrifying. They're absolutely horrifying. A 50 damage shot in the right side could not break my center torso. It could rupture an ammo bin and destroy all of the guns on the mech. It could take the leg. Alright, I'll tell you what. One way that we have totally gotten lucky, and it would not be fair of me not to note, is that the damage being spread over this mech in the way that it is actually quite lucky.
Here we go.
The fact that so many of the enemy shots went to our legs is a big deal. So I think at this point I'm going to start aiming for the torso.
Good to go. Moving fast.
If I have to ram him with the stalker, I absolutely will ram him with the stalker. It is a thing I am prepared to do.
Waiting for orders.
Oh, that's a slick move. Not quite gonna do the job, though. If I was running a normal design for the Annihilator, which is to say one that doesn't have jump jets in a 100-ton mech, that totally would have made it impossible for me to shoot him.
Got it.
All I needed was for neither of those shots to go to the leg. Okay, well, we now have really, really good odds of being able to kill him with the AC-10s. And also, I might just headbutt him with the stalker.
Commander?
So it says I have line of sight to him from here, but I can't possibly... Oh no, he moved forward far enough that we could just shoot him with the AC-10. Alright, this has got to be the kill.
Affirmative.
There we go. Jesus Christ. I was gonna headbutt him with the stalker. I almost didn't attack that turn so that we could get the kill with the stalker. Because how many times in your life are you gonna get to melee somebody with one of these things? That's the last of them, Commander. Don't I know it? Field is clear. I'll signal to my Maskirovka liaison that she can start moving the scientists. We'll need to field another lance immediately as an escort for them. There's no time for resupply.
Mission successful.
Okay, well, all of my good mechs are horribly wounded, so you're just gonna have to do that part on your own. What does she want from me? Jeez, okay. This is a hard flashpoint, man. So, we could run the Stalker again. The Stalker sustained no meaningful damage. Hold on, let me get my notepad up here. The mech scoring list. What do we need? The Highlander. I would have loved to take more parts of it home. As far as Thunderbolts go, the Thunderbolt 5S is a mech that we still need to complete. The Archer's not on our list, but it's just one that I want. Jaeger Mech 6A we're good on. The Riflemen, the Riflemen are not part of the list. The Thunderbolt we're good on. Yeah, the SE we totally have one of. Let's look at the actual parts. It looks like between the lot of them, they had nothing interesting to drop for us. There's a +2 TTS for ballistics, which we may take. Is the tonnage on that too? Yeah, that's interesting at least. And we do need the Banshee 3E, and we don't have a single part of that yet, so that's absolutely a thing we grab. And then we take the second part of a king crab. Let me get this, I think. Because we could just start building our next crab. That's totally an option. I'm going to take it like this. We're also going to get a huge amount of other stuff. So, it gave us the Jaegermech part, some LRMs, a bunch of garbage. Okay. We didn't really, all those extra loot rolls, we didn't really get anything. That's a shame. So they're really going to roll me right into another mission, huh? Boy, it better have a lower difficulty. Because we don't have any mechs left, man. I wish I could have foreseen that they were going to try to do a consecutive deployment on me. Alright. So we have injured pilots. What do my pilots look like? This is a 4.5 skull mission. My pilots look like we have Sourdough and Returned. Returned can drive the Warhammer. We could have somebody run the Cataphract. This mech, yeah, the two injured mechs are not actually runnable. We have the Hoplite and we have the Cataphract. The Hoplite's a lot less effective than it used to be because it no longer has a single weapon that can headshot people. But we don't really have a lot of options. We could run the Thunderbolt. Thunderbolt's not great, but it does at least have one infinite ammo weapon. And we could play keep away with people. We cannot run the Annihilator, or alternatively, if we do run the Annihilator, we have to keep it at a very long range, and we have to bail the instant it gets in any kind of trouble. Because there are sections of its body that are sub-20 structure. Multiple sections. Neither of the arms took any damage at all. I take back what I said about us being lucky on the damage distribution. Some of the stuff that did go to the legs should have been on the arms. The cataphract design we have is a little silly, but silly's kind of where we're at right now. So there's 16 shots in the Gauss rifle plus 2 large lasers. Are these plus damage large lasers? They are, so those are both 50 damage weapons. So let's see, how would we want to set up the pilots here? Let's say we do it like this. We don't bring the incredibly damaged Annihilator. Stalker took a little bit of damage, apparently, right at the end there. Yeah, that's absolutely fine. We can totally run that. So the Warhammer is... that's tough. We want the Warhammer to have a heat management pilot, but also the Warhammer is like the #1 mech that should have sensor lock, and all of these other mechs really need somebody to sensor lock for them. I think this is how it has to be, though. Are you the right pilot for the cataphract? Should we... let's swap tire fire onto the cataphract, because breaching shot with the Gauss rifle is a big deal. I think this is it. We are exhausting the last of our big mechs here. Oh boy, this one better be less than 4.5 skulls, because I don't know how this is going to be doable at all. 5 other warnings? Wait, 5. Did you take a small amount of damage to everywhere? Oh, because you overheated. That's what the damage is from. Yes, that's fine. That's right. I did intentionally overheat the Stalker, and you know what? I think it was 100% necessary. Obviously, we're not going to run this mission here in this episode. That is going to have to be it for us for today. I need to go lay down or something. That was horrible. That was horrible, and my resolve is entirely drained. Come back next time, tomorrow, for what, for the love of God, has to be the end of this damn flashpoint, right? It just has to be. And we'll see you then.